Christmas is close, and we all think about what we'll get under the Christmas tree. Whilst most of you are pretty confident, a few of us might start doubting, have I been good enough this year? You're not the only one to worry right now. Santa's elves have a big problem. One day to deliver all the presents is short, and even though the famous reindeers can go as fast as they want, it's not sure poor Santa survives a too strong acceleration. The wiser elf explains to the younger that going faster requires you to accelerate, which produces a force on you. It's the same force that presses you against the back of a sledge when you glide down the hill. To check Santa's safety, the elves decide to model the acceleration Father Christmas will undergo. But how do they do that? First, the elves need to know the total distance Santa will cover on Christmas Eve. Distance between each city is tedious to get, so they decide to estimate it with the distance between the 250 largest cities in the world. After, you have to distinguish two types of traveling, between houses of the same city or between houses of different cities. Inside the city, the distance covered depends on the area of the city and the number of buildings. To simplify, the wiser elf considers the number of buildings. Next, he roughly estimates the average population per building to be 100 and says that all the buildings should be the same. A younger elf argues that's not exactly how people are really allocated. But the wiser one answers it's a nice thing about models that they don't need to fit exactly reality to give interesting results. And now, what path should Santa follow to visit every city? The geeky elf decides to design an algorithm that optimizes the shortest possible distance. So the wiser elf goes on. He explains that the best way to reduce the acceleration between two houses is to keep accelerating with the same pace until halfway of the journey. Then, Santa should start slowing down with an acceleration in the opposite direction. There, he admits that switching direction should be progressive in reality. However, this gives a model where Santa is at standstill over each chimney so he can drop the presents. The elves have all they need to calculate Santa's compulsory acceleration for him to deliver all the presents on Christmas Eve. The final formula to know is the acceleration the reindeers should have to deliver presents on time. The formula actually sums all the time spans between each pair of visited houses. The elves hold their breath, and it turns out that the force is the equivalent of being stuck under the biggest boat on Earth. Panic attack in Santa's headquarters. Decision is taken, from now on they will use common postal services. The Draw Me Why team wishes you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and don't forget you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you soon!